Well, hello. Hi, everyone. I am Flyingludicolo. I will be running I Am Your Beast. Today I'm joined by two lovely commentators here.
Hi, I'm Akko.
And hi, I'm Hallow.
And one more lovely commentator remotely. Hello.
Hi, I'm Xalavier Nelson Jr., the director of the game and the voice of Alphonse Harding.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's try and beat this game very quickly. You want to give me a countdown?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go!
And then it actually has to fade to black, so sorry, it's going to take it. There we go. Whoa. All right, this is I Am Your Beast, lovely indie first-person shooter where we play as Alphonse Harding, a secret agent, best of the best, who unfortunately is not wanting to come back. And as people are entering his forest and they're going to kill a lovely, friendly bird, watch out, there's going to be a dead bird on the screen if you want to look away for a little bit. Alphonse Harding is kind of going to snap here and just say, no more people can enter this forest. This is my space. I'm protecting this. Is that a good explanation? I'm sorry.
Stop trying to bring me in for one last job, etc.
I've already had one last jobs. Please, for the love of God, let me stop.
So I did want to mention, I think we hit that incentive to destroy snowmen. Did you want to talk about that, Fly?
Sure. So every level, well, most levels in this game, most levels in this game include a secret snowman hiding typically like beyond the bounds of the level or just somewhere out like you don't check normally. So as we are going through this game, I will be making sure to destroy each snowman in the level, and you'll see in the corner of each of the level icons, once we get to the menu, a little snowman icon will appear there. But let's get into the first actual level of this game, Walkout. We have to take out 8 enemies here, and we're going to do it very quickly. Oh, 9 enemies.
Why is it called Walkout if you're running?
I don't know.
That's a really good point. Maybe we should change that. That's what patches are for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And because we are playing 100%, we will be playing every level 3 times. So the first time around, I am just making sure to get an S rank to go as fast as I possibly can. Now, it is giving me a bonus objective of throwing knife kills. Also, hi, Snowman.
It's 1 down.
So the snowman was a invention, I believe, of our level designer, Kevin Ribeiro. He was, for fun, just sort of sticking in this snowman he made out of shapes that he stuck together with a snow texture, and we were like, yeah, we should just put that in the game. Just put it in every level somewhere. I, for the record, do not know where all those snowmen are, and if I had known where he had put that first snowman, I probably would tell him to stop. That's evil.
Well, you're going to find out today.
Yeah, so each level we're going to be getting an S rank in the first playthrough, hopefully. And then there will be 2 bonus objectives for each level. Last one we had melee kills only was the second one, and I think the first one was use laptops?
Throwing knife kills.
Throwing knife kills, right. So it's often like either like some extra thing you have to do or some specific way you have to take care of enemies.
I am making sure to keep an eye at the top of the screen for the little timer bar to make sure I'm still getting an S rank. I will now be trying to kill every enemy in this level. And for this level in particular, one of the enemies I'll be needing to take out is this snowman right there out of bounds.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's worth mentioning. You can see on the side of the screen that each time flying does something, we're seeing this plus 0.5 seconds, plus 1.0 seconds. Basically, each of the ranks is a time barrier, right? But you can manipulate that with your score?
Yes, and it depends on how you kill each enemy, what the sort of bonuses you get to the timer. There is one other type of level, which we'll get into in a little bit. But in general, for S ranks, I'm going to be trying to explode enemies because that gets a better bonus, or throw a bear trap at enemies. We'll see that soon. But basically, the game tells you to be stylish about your kills.
That was come up with by Dan Pierce, because originally it was just a timer, make sure you get in and get out before the invading COI managed to take you down. But Dan felt very strongly that we could do this kind of reverse timer system with the kills that could make the game better. And because of how Strange Scaffold works, we're trying to build games in a way that's sustainable, which means making the game the size that you can. We had 10 months to make this thing. I was like, that's such unknown territory, we can't do it. He put together a full proposal of how to make that possible and sustainable for the team to build and then continue to create. And we put it in the weekend before our demo. So the weekend before people played I'm Your Beast for the first time, it radically changed. Yeah. And it changed for the better. Dan nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such a cool system because it really nails this arcadey feel of incentivizing you to go out of your way to interact with the enemies in that way.
I will be trying to lead this enemy away from the explosion because I cannot kill any enemies right now. As I continue through this level, though, I would like to check in with Pride about the donations. How are things going on that end?
Oh, things are going incredibly flying. I have a $50 donation here from Sonic Mega, who says, here's to another amazing SGDQ. And to everyone who makes it possible, make sure to donate towards those incentives so we can get as much marathon as possible. And that is a fantastic shout because we have just opened a new incentive to upgrade to double time for Crypt of the Necrodancer Synchrony. I don't know if y'all have ever played Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's difficult, and this is going to make it twice as fast. So y'all will want to see that. We've got a little while, but every dollar that you send for that also gets us closer to that $100,000 milestone. So get your donations in while you can.
I am a huge Crypt of the Necrodancer fan and have been watching Spoody's practice streams leading up to this event, and you do not want to miss that. He set a new record for the Synchrony category a week ago.
Wow. I did want to mention, in this level, we've seen it several times where flying does a trick that I like to call rock climbing. You'll see that there are these little ladders made of rocks that what's the character's name?
Alphonse.
Alphonse. That Alphonse climbs up, and right at the end of those, there's a specific input you can do that gets you a zip if you time it correctly. And you see right there, you get quite a bit of speed.
My understanding of how it works is the sliding as you are running will give you a little bit of speed boost. And if you are climbing up a climbable surface, it will store up that speed boost as you are climbing to the top, giving you, bonus momentum once you finally reach the top.
So what you're saying is Alphonse Harding invented rock climbing when he tried to slide and run at the same time?
They
Something
call
like
rock
that.
climbing at a high level shooting, so I think that he just transferred his skills.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Now, unfortunately, I have just realized I have missed one snowman so far, so I'm gonna have to dip back into the previous level real quick. Oh, but I'll get a better score on this one.
That was a very fast time. If we get really fast on some levels, we might even get into negative time, which is very exciting.
Is that real?
Yes, I'm gonna try and get that, I believe, on the next level. Though as I am going back to this snowman, which is really difficult to find, I'm going to throw for more donations, if we have any.
Oh, we have so many. We have a $10 donation from Hop Hop, who says,
hey.
let's go, Flying. Great to see you running on the big stage.
There we go.
All right, and
That's an evil placement. Oh my god.
and I'm just gonna dip out because we got rid of that snowman.
In practice, we were trying to figure out the viability of shooting that snowman as you jumped across, and Flying nailed it once, and it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, wow. That sounds incredible.
Maybe I'll try to do that again in future runs. But now I'm gonna try and get a negative score on this level if I can. I'm going a little bit too slowly, I think. No.
Oh, so close.
1.3. But with these objectives, we start seeing a little bit of silliness. We have added bear traps this game, which according to the game do count as headshots.
I mean, you are throwing them at the COI agents' heads.
So that's convenient for me.
Speaking of headshots, one of my favorite voice lines in this game has to be what happens when you're doing a headshot objective, because the agents will just like do radio chatter about
Excuse
what.
me?
Sorry.
Excuse me as I'm just
What?
excuse me as I'm just making a bunch of bear traps. Don't
Yeah,
let me.
we made like 20 bear traps. Don't worry about it.
Xalavier, do you have an explanation for how that works for us?
I think that much like everything becomes crab eventually, I think Earth's gravity naturally tends towards bear traps. So the lunar cycle.
Sure. Yeah, gotcha. It's
My-
the tides.
My understanding on that is like,
It's placing it and throwing it at the same time, or
yeah, you have to aim at an enemy and hit the ground at the same time as you're throwing it. So I'm assuming it tries to generate.
Also, yes,
bear
we just
trap
kicked
twice.
that guy like 30 feet.
but yeah, when you're doing a headshot objective, the agents will say he's using headshots. Wow, what an exciting revelation.
They have a habit of really live commentating what you're doing in the least interesting way possible, which is hilarious.
It's incredibly entertaining.
The radio chatter in this game is very fun.
I can say that there's going to be a whole new wave of radio chatter in it because we're making DLC.
Oh,
And
More DLC.
well, the first stuff was like free expansions. This
Oh,
is
fair,
like
fair,
a proper prequel. And my favorite line from those sessions so far is, "The tunnels have him now."
I want to ask, but I honestly don't want to know. I want to find out for myself.
All right, we are now getting into the other type of levels, wave-based survival levels, where the score in this level is just based on how you kill enemies. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more of like prioritizing best ways to kill enemies during this.
Unfortunately, every good speed game needs its auto-scroller. I think this is the closest that you get in I'm Your Beast.
It was a really interesting decision point for the team because it was the Steam Next Fest demo that showed us that people would want to speedrun it. We were thinking of time as being an interesting constraint, not as being like this being a speedrunnable game. And the entire team was like, do we build the entire game around this? And we had to have a real set of important conversations of who is this game for? If we make it just for speedrunners, which is very easy to do when like speedrunners are also telling you, here's this crazy thing I did, or we had to do an emergency patch we had to do an emergency patch because people were saying, I'm pretty sure I could get negative time. And inside the team, we looked around and said, wait, if they get negative time, what would happen? Because we had never even considered that possibility would be real. And so with all that feedback, the team was very much like considering, do we make this a game for speedrunners? And something I believe very strongly is that if you make a good game, speedrunners will play it. The key is making it for everyone else too. So we ended up not doing that and kind of making something that we hoped would work for a wider group of people, but that had the emergency patch done so that the more sicko you were, the game would at least follow you to the ends of the earth. And I'm really proud of how that balance ended up turning out.
Yeah, I definitely feel that if you build it, they will come attitude, also Snowman. And I think that that's what's so beautiful about speedrunning is that a lot of the community is just people who love their game so much that they want to get to play it again and again and again without, you know, with having some additional thing to achieve. And I think it's really nice to be able to do that and to showcase that and celebrate it here.
Flying, did you
absolutely.
miss the S rank on the first play?
I did miss the S rank.
Okay,
and-
cool.
Oh,
Just barely.
no, what happened there was I picked up the throwing knife that the enemy was holding, and then I attempted to throw it at the next person in the, just right next to them. Meaning, that's not a melee kill.
If you knife someone while holding the knife, it is melee. If you throw the knife, it leaves your hand. It is unfortunately not. With that said, while we play this again, Pride, do you have any more donations?
Do I have any more donations? I have $500 from Mr. Nitmar.
Wow.
Hey, that's my dad. Woo.
Yeah, just says, go flying.
Thank you.
Fantastic. We also, do you have time for another one?
Absolutely.
Go ahead. We have a lot of time in this level.
Awesome, because I have $15 from Paraburb. Who says, hi, Flying. So excited and proud to see you on the stage playing this game after all the work you put into this run. Good luck, go fast. And I just want to ask one question. Could you tell me what you're doing about that beast inside?
You will hear a little bit more about what that's a reference to during the last level of this game, which we will get to in a while, but for the time being, I'm going to keep throwing my weapon at these enemies. I'm intentionally knocking them to the ground. I don't need to at this point because I have hit S rank points. I'm just seeing at the top.
Heck yeah.
But stabbing enemies with a knife only gets you 30 points, which gets you, not
It's
enough.
less cool than throwing it at their head.
All right, and with this one, body shots only, I will intentionally be picking up this guy's shotgun because shotguns can't get headshots, and it will just always be considered body shots. The only obstacle I really need to pay attention to is not exploding enemies.
Well, you did just pick up a bear trap, and I thought bear traps were headshots.
They count as body shots too. Don't worry
What?
about it. They're environmental kills.
They cover a lot of space is the big thing you should take away from this. There's head, there's body involved in there. One other thing I want to call out, because it's easy to gloss over it as part of the run, is something that Flying is doing that we didn't realize was as reproducible as Flying makes it look, is if you knock someone down, you can, if you hit it just right, also throw out your foot and do a stomp kill as they're falling down. And if you do it on a group of enemies, because we made so throws also impact groups that are tightly packed, you can explode 3 heads with your kick at the same time, and Flying is just making that look like that's super easy.
It's so
And
much
it's not.
fun.
It is not
It's
easy.
so good. You turn it into a rhythm game. It's so fun to watch.
This game is a lot more forgiving than most shooters, but the stuff that Flying is doing is advanced tech, decidedly.
That sort of rhythm of throwing your gun, picking up the enemy's gun, and stomping on their head is really how I got my first S rank in the game, trying to find out what's the best way to up your score. All right, we are finally moving on to the next level. This is Mind the Gap, and we will be navigating this level through sort of 3 different routes. But all of them take us to... Oh, I missed the explosive barrel. There we go, good enough.
That'll do.
All right, Hornet kills. So, shooting down a hornet's nest will in fact kill enemies underneath it. It will not kill Harding though, for some reason.
They're part of the forest?
Yeah, it's his forest. I feel like this is
He's
self-explanatory.
bee-proof.
Better explanation. That's
the
canon,
hornet
by the
kills.
way. You heard it from the dev.
Canon. The Hornets in the game are inspired by a childhood trauma experience I had, where my parents sent me up on the roof to deal with a hornet's nest, and then the ladder fell down, and my mom just ran away. So it's just me and a broom handle versus what they call a super hive. Three different wasp nests together. And I am using a jury-rigged poison setup with like a little, the bulb you use to suck snot out of a baby's nose attached to very poison. I had a very good childhood. Let me be very clear about that.
I was already going like, oh my goodness, your parents made you do it?
Yeah.
And then it's going.
My dad was deployed. It was a difficult time for everyone. But yeah, I'm taking this thing attached to some very poisonous a mist and a broom handle, and it's just me. And now it's in the game. And that's the beauty of indie game development, baby. There's a Les Mis reference later in this project, and that is because no one can stop you.
Hey, do we have any broom handles as weapons coming in the DLC?
No, but we do have a riot shield that you can throw, and then it bounces off of 3 people like Captain America and blows their heads up.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Play this game.
The reason I threw that bear trap backwards is because I am keeping a close eye on the mini-map in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Even though I have an idea of where most enemies are, the pathing in this game will lead them off on very strange ways. And if ever I miss an enemy, I'm going to be trying to look at those little red zones in the corner of my vision to try and figure out where to go. All right, now I have to kill people with a sniper rifle.
No scope needed.
No, I mean, I did zoom in there.
You looked a little closer.
If you peek, does it even count?
All right, and I am going to hop up on this barricade here because I can just barely see a snowman out off in the distance.
Also, you've probably noticed by now, but yes, these guys are really bad at shooting us. They were, in fact, just standing there.
All right.
They trained at the Stormtrooper Academy.
Exactly.
All right, now it tells me gun hip fire kills only, meaning no explosives, no using a tree branch to kill people, no using a knife.
And no ADS?
All right.
Got a few more enemies to kill here, so Pride, if you have a donation.
I absolutely do. Speaking of snowmen, we have a couple of related donations from some friends who help us meet that. We have $100 from Kazoo the Cat, who says, Kazoo the Cat says, do you want to destroy all snowmen? Come on, let's go and slay. Thank you, GDQ, for all you do. I also don't have any borders. Zoomies. We do have time for a quick one as well.
Go ahead.
We have $25 from Newly Stocks, who says, as a wise snowman once said, put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman. Let's make all the snowmen so happy. Thank you so much. It was only a little unhinged.
All right, now I'm going to do a little bit of a trick here. There we go.
Oh yeah, so you saw that Flying climbed up those rocks. That's what we like to call rock climbing.
Yes, of course. Now I have to play this level again and kill no enemies. However, there is one enemy that I do want to kill in this level. We will be going out of our way to go kill the snowman, of course.
So you're choosing the run where you have to kill no enemies to go for the snowman?
Yeah, it doesn't count.
They're not an enemy, they're part of the forest.
Oh wait, this is actually lore. They don't count as enemies.
I thought
we have a game coming out in like 2 weeks called Truckcoon is Supporting Me from Another World, and
Wishlist
we realized
this
we realized that the code when you're supposed to hit objects for some of your objectives, that pedestrians count as objects, and because the game is partially big about how capitalism is bad, we kept it in because in capitalism you are an object. Overturn the systems. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll clap for that.
Oh, yeah. All right, now I am trying to kill all of the enemies. I very much appreciate the dichotomy in this level. Take out that sniper. Okay, cool, 17. That means I only have 3 left. One enemy.
This wonderful sound.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say this wonderful soundtrack is by R.J. Lake, by the way.
Yes.
Who recently put out the game Unbeatable with his team at D-Cell.
Which will be played by, I believe, Punchy on Thursday at this very event.
Speaking of the soundtrack, do you have time for a quick donation that's perfectly related?
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
We have $20 from Annie Zhang, who says, this soundtrack is so good, it makes me want to go Beats mode. Donating on behalf of my partner who introduced me to this game. Love you, babe. And they put that towards our upgrade to double time incentive, which, folks, I can't iterate it enough. Every dollar to that gets us closer to that 100,000 mark for that Kirby incentive. Your money's doing double time right now, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of going Beats mode, why not have twice as many?
Oh, exactly.
That's good.
This is why they put you on the camera.
This helicopter, the team prototyped it without telling me by putting, because you have to, it's just a giant box, essentially, right, that shoots death out of it. And the team, to figure out which way the death box is pointing, put a picture of my face that I had put on Twitter at one point, just on the front of the helicopter, and didn't tell me. So the first time I see it in game, the flying death box had my face and was coming towards me at high speed, and everyone laughed.
I was looking in the Strange Scaffold Discord earlier just for more information on this game, and I found someone commenting about that because they were digging through the game files and found
Wait, it's still there?
temporary helicopter image.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's still like Temp Helicopters V1 or something.
All right, now I am going to have to get some throwing knife kills in this level, which thankfully a lot of these enemies are holding on to knives. It's just I kind of have to go out of my way to figure out where they are. Thankfully, I've routed it out pretty decently.
So
Can you duplicate knives as well as bear traps?
I don't believe so. From what I've seen, knives don't collide with the ground really. Instead, they just sort of phase through it.
Don't try this
they
at
cut between
home.
the atoms, yeah.
All right. Sorry, I am locked in.
You know what's great for locking in? Words from some lovely donors. We have $5 from Kawa Teano, who says, hello from a former Strange Scaffold collaborator. Wonderful to see I Am Your Beast on the big stage. Super proud of the whole dev team, past and present. Good luck, have fun, less than 3.
Huge fan of Kawa. Kawa was one of the first producers at the studio. Went on to work on Friday Night Funkin'.
Ooh, cool. This level, we're gonna see rock climbing again. Yes, I'm referring to it as that. But this time, the climbable object is this ladder, which just lets it zip over to the end of the level, pretty much.
The previous level was also pretty good for rock climbing because it's very spread out and there are a lot of those rock ladders in middle.
Right, I'm gonna try and show off one more silly one here. Oh no, okay.
Oh no. Oh, not quite.
Not where I wanted to be, but all right. I need some healing, and you know who has a lot of healing right now? This snowman over here. This is don't pick up health. This objective is don't pick up health. Well,
Hey, Pride, got a donation?
I absolutely do. I have $25 from Frozen Flygon.
Hi, Court.
And Court says, hello, Flying Akko and Hallow. Flying, it's been so lovely to get to know you better recently. You're doing incredible with the run and excited to celebrate tonight with you. Less than 3.
Thank you. Okay, gosh.
Anyone know why that snowman had a bunch of green plants around him?
He's a gardener.
He belongs to the forest.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. I just realized I don't think I killed the snowman.
Oh no.
I just sort of...
You did look at him sensually.
I just sort of stared at the snowman.
Longingly.
Okay, I am missing one hornet kill right now. So excuse me. I need
Harding's throwing shit, by the way, in case you weren't following along.
Excuse me. Come along. Thank you.
There we go.
I do have a pistol. Thank you, radio chatter. Objectives incomplete.
We need a laptop still.
Which one? It's the first one. All right.
Sometimes you hit the button to interact with a laptop and you end up picking up a weapon instead and don't realize you haven't interacted with the laptop. And this got me so many times when going for the S rank on this level casually.
There are a few levels where I will just mash the E button just to make sure. Oh, okay. Just to make sure I get the laptop in addition to picking up whatever's around me.
We didn't get the hornet kills.
Do you have any... Sorry, Xalavier, go ahead.
I was going to say, briefly, the reason why the actors say he's throwing shit that way is at least we learned after the fact that at least one of them thought that your character literally throws poop during the game and was reacting from that place.
There we go. Okay, everybody stayed where they were supposed to, didn't wander off. The enemy pathing in this game is very fun and very strange. Because in addition to like trying to follow the player and get into a position where they can shoot you, if they are stunned, dropped to the ground, eventually they will get back up and they will look for a weapon to pick up. But if they cannot find any, if they cannot find any, they will just stand there and they will just be like, I have nothing to do.
Anyway, any fans of Coyote Time?
All right, excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Wrong side of the fence.
Can I save this?
It's savable.
You can maybe do some rock climbing here.
Yeah, if you find that rock.
Get me back inside, please. I don't think it's savable.
I feel like...
Oh, I'm stuck.
If that guy stopped
right.
stabbing you, it would be nice.
I will walk around this level normally. And by normally, I mean on the trees.
That's normal, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing that like 2 more times, jumping on trees. So
Yes.
if you have any donations.
Absolutely. I have $10 here from Aria, who says, Hi, Xalavier and Couch. Last winter, I was a door-to-door canvasser for MSF, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. In a time of heightened uncertainty and turmoil, MSF is one of the strongest bastions of support in some of the most desperate parts of the world. Thank you, Strange Scaffold, for your wonderful games that have helped me get through these last few rough years. And shout-outs to RJ for this incredible soundtrack. And make sure to tune in to Unbeatable on Thursday for more awesome tunes by him. Trans rights are human rights. Let's show these tyrants exactly why they better run.
Hell yeah.
Trans rights. We are probably going to have more time for donations because we are on to the second survival wave level. And for the most part, I won't be worrying too much about getting an S rank for this. Unfortunately, the helicopter, if they take out enemies, because thankfully they do take out enemies for you, it only counts as 30 points towards your score, so I will be trying my best to take them out myself.
Well, I love to hear that we have time for donations because we have $25 here from Palm. Palm says, Hi, Flying. Excited to see you run this game on the big stage. Good luck.
Thank you, Palm.
Thank you so much, Palm. We also have $15 from Super MC Gamer. It says, Hey, Flying. So proud of you for constantly leveling up all your amazing skills, and I'm glad you are defeating all these evil villains. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you, MC. Gosh.
One of the things that made me fall in love with games is realizing that every game was made of decisions and someone had to make it. And one of the examples is actually the helicopter, because if the helicopter can shoot bullets, the question is then, what do those bullets do? And the entire team talked through that. So we talked through a variant of the game where the helicopter doesn't take out their own characters. We talked through a variant of the game where the helicopter's full carnage could contribute to your score. So the helicopter could get headshots for a period of time, and that was not good. No one needs to believe more in air supremacy. And I think the last, one of the last major iterations was the helicopter can sweep everyone, but it's just counted as a standard kill, so we knew part of high-level play would be... Did you just steal the cigar out of that?
No, I didn't go that far. I did steal all of his armor and all of the sniper.
You stole his clothes?
Yeah, it's armor. It helps.
Did you at least ask first?
But yeah, the way that the team, and the way that every game I've worked on over 110 now across my career, and the way every game is built of incredible, horrible decisions because someone has to make a call about all of it. It's one of the things that has made me, as a player, even fall more in love with games.
Did that get us?
Yeah, you
Nice.
got it.
Oh, okay.
Close one. That chain kill at the end got you there.
All right. Now avoid helicopter fire, which thankfully is not too difficult, but unfortunately does mean I will just be hiding under these little tents in order to not get hit.
Is it intense?
I don't think it's that intense.
It's decidedly less so because we are in tents.
Typically, when running the survival levels any percent, what you'll do is you'll find a corner and you just stand close to that in order to manipulate the spawn points of all of the enemies and just try and get them as close to you so you can kill them as quickly as possible. But I am avoiding the helicopter, so there we go. Give me your gun, thank you.
As we avoid the helicopter, we probably have some more time for donations.
That's fantastic, because I have a special request here from a very special person. I have $15 from General Charles Birkin, who says, Harding, I need you on the... Oh, you're doing a charity thing? The developer for Truck Coon is there. Oh, can you ask him for a bumper sticker that says unrepentant vehicular manslaughter on it? Thanks, Harding.
Okay.
Can't guarantee that, but we're looking at for post-launch putting in a wizard van Truck Coon, where we just do a really awful, on-purpose wizard van illustration on the side of Truck Coon that you can equip as a skin, and that will be free.
You have my attention.
I don't know if this is a reference or not. I'm assuming it probably is, but will it also have a tiny little wizard hat on the hood?
That would actually be good.
Okay, I'll try that again later. This level, we are going to have a lot of verticality to it. Hi, Snowman. And I will just be trying to go through it. I have to go through the same path 3 times, and it's just feel free to kill enemies only when they're knocked down, and then kill no enemies. So this is going to be the same route back to back to back. Sorry about this. All right, can I get this jump now? Cool.
Over here, the strat I like to call rock climbing, where you climb up and go on the edge of those rocks to make it to the other side.
There's a fence there that makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah, that's not really a trick that other speedrunners use. I just noticed that little bit of rock collision on the ground, and I was like,
Oh, you can climb that?
Yeah.
As we go through this one more
I
time.
imagine this is like people... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I imagine this is like people who learn parkour, where just the world turns into a series of climbable surfaces.
While we're climbing through those series of climbable surfaces, would you like a couple more messages from your community?
What is the next level? I am going to focus in for this one Because we have typically at the start of each level, I immediately press escape and immediately restart back in. Instead, I'm gonna do a little bit of rock climbing here.
Which we like to call rock climbing.
There we go, in order to say hi to the snowman. Here we go. Now that number there, 341, I think there's a little bit of significance to it. Xalavier,
Is there?
from my understanding, this level was part of the Steam Next Fest demo.
It was, yes. Oh my goodness! And that was the absolute lowest time someone got. So we memorialized it forever next to a snowman who had been stabbed Roman style, just a whole bunch of knives in him.
There's your little speedrunning factoid.
As far as this level name, I just want to call it out real quick because it's Round the Twist. And that is the name of, imagine if The Twilight Zone was an Australian children's TV show. That is the show Round the Twist. And it has a really catchy theme song that does not address any of the body horror that is in many of the episodes, where it goes, have you ever felt like this? When strange things happen, you're going round the twist. And so that's another thing that no one stopped me from putting into this game.
Yeah, and in case you forgot, Xalavier did say it was a children's show.
Yes.
All right, we are now getting into another mechanic in this game, bleeding, where you are constantly losing health as you are slowly dying, which is fine.
There do tend to be a large number of health packs and poultices on these levels, just so that we can keep our health up as we go through them. Flying, of course, is going quickly enough that she really doesn't need that many of them.
I still take that last one just as a safety.
As a safety.
All right.
Yes.
That's very impressive.
Well, now we're going to say hi to the snowman in this level, who is off, like out of bounds this time, over here in this outhouse. I don't know why you're holding a rock.
I think it's reading material.
Oh, I thought it was for climbing.
If it's a rock, you can climb it.
Exactly.
Difficulty may vary.
There's one thing I can raise about this point is we skip past the cutscenes, so you can't really tell, but the entire cutscene approach of the game was inspired by a My Brother and Me video.
Oh my gosh, yes.
About Glass Shark. There's this technique called kinetic text about slamming on to the screen text in amusing arrangements while an audio clip plays, and I had seen that years ago before the development of this, and it had unironically gotten me through a tough time in my life. So when we were looking after El Paso Elsewhere, which is a very cutscene heavy, it's over 40 minutes of fully animated neo-noir cutscenes, and we were tired. We were like, okay, we're tired, we have less budget and less time. What's a thing we can use to build these cutscenes? That old video came back to my memory, and it has created a way of building cutscenes that not only has impacted our team, but apparently other developers have also been able to use it as a very effective way of emphasizing a performance and still having one while saving money and making their game more sustainable.
I know the exact video you're talking about.
I remember watching that video, and then at some point, watch out.
Tight jump, by the way.
As I was prepping for this run, I went through all of your old vertical videos for this for the game during the development cycle, and I was.
I'm so sorry.
I got into this game because Flying was posting all of those over the course of a couple months in her server, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to play this.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But yeah, you were looking through the videos and you saw Glass Shark.
And I was like, I remember that.
Glass Shark, he gonna eat you up.
He's in that bad water.
He's in that dark water. Oh my gosh, the perfect bit.
All right.
I would love to hear a couple donations while we're going through this one more time.
That's excellent because I have $25 here from the Ravensdales who says, let's see those dance moves. And Ravensdales is getting their double time donations.
Oh, let's go.
Sorry, I was a little stuck.
Go ahead.
They're getting their double time donations in to see us not only upgrade and see those dance moves, but upgrade to no dupes for our Kirby Air Riders run. We're going to see a ton of different air rides if we see that. It's fantastic. Let's not only dance across the dance floor, but dance across the racetrack. Nailed it.
I believe this is the last level for me to get an S rank in. There are so many ways to go about taking out all of these enemies and getting to the exit of the level, which is down here.
Wow.
No follow damage, by the way.
Thankfully.
We're too cool for that.
The man quit the COI just before his knees got erased.
All right, now I am going through again the other way because I think this is a little more convenient for picking up the bear traps. I'm gonna try and take out these two. All right. I'm going to intentionally throw a bear trap. Well, actually, never mind. I was going to talk about how enemies have armor and how things like stabbing an enemy with a knife will not pierce through armor. You will have to attack them twice. And so I'm trying to keep in mind that bear traps will always take out an enemy no matter what armor they have, and trying to plan around that.
Because if there's a massive thing of spikes closing around their head, that isn't really protected by body armor.
Wait, hang on. Throwing a bear trap is also a melee kill?
Yeah, it's a bear trap. Like, it's gonna hit them melee.
Yeah,
You run
okay.
into the same thing we ran into when we were trying to, we made a friend slop cooking game called Co-op Kaiju Horror Cooking, and
Sorry, I don't understand how bear traps being melee kills are part of your slop cooking
it's
game.
It's definition, stress me on this.
Okay.
We divide the vegetables, that's pretty easy. Here's a cabbage, that's a vegetable. Here's lamb, that's a meat. Then we came to an egg, and we had a 45-minute discussion about what an egg is.
Like if an egg is meat?
Is an egg a vegetable? Is it some other thing? It's not a spice, but sometimes it is. People were pulling out Wikipedia pages. They were pulling out Merriam-Webster pages to say what is the definition of a thing, and that just made us more confused. And that's why a bear trap counts as everything, because at a certain point,
That was a big
we just
snowman,
decided
by the
egg
way.
is everything, and egg is its own thing as well, and that's what a bear trap is.
Okay.
Which came first, the egg or the categorization of such things?
Please don't ask me this.
So I went off on a little adventure there in order to take out the snowman, which is just completely out of bounds for this level. Love the ragdolls. And now we're going to take out the satellites. This is technically still in the arc where Alphonse is bleeding, but instead of actually bleeding, the entire level just explodes if you take too long.
It's really interesting having both of these mechanics that are clearly timers in a game where the main thrust of each level is that you're on a timer and that all of these things interact with the timer. They feel like very parallel systems.
At a certain point, it becomes oops all timers, and you can either decide to embrace that or be a coward.
I always think it's really wonderful when sort of you when any game really embraces one of its systems so thoroughly that it bleeds into the rest of the gameplay. And I mean, it speaks for itself with this game, with how popular individual level speedrunning is. And I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you require at least one S rank to complete the story and view the credits?
We do, and that was another big discussion because we were making something that we knew was more accessible in a lot of ways, but we wanted to be a proper campaign that pretty much everyone could get through. But we also knew that the ideal experience for the game was if you pushed yourself at least once to get an S rank. So after a lot of discussion and a lot of thought from very skilled people, we ultimately landed on. When it was questions like how many S ranks, should there be a specific level? You're just like one S rank anywhere in the game so that you can have that experience at least once. And there was some people who didn't like that, but the vast majority appreciated even being asked to at least once figure out what this game is doing very directly.
I don't know if I'm biased because I'm a speedrunner by nature, but no, I knew that going into my casual playthrough because I've commentated this run several times before I actually even played the game. But there's something so satisfying about just, if you're close to that next rank, just go in again. Try again, see if you can do it a little bit better. Get annoyed because the agents aren't where they were before, and then figure out the new route.
I do have to mention, for this level, there's something really cool that Flying is doing here. I'd refer to it as rock climbing, but I don't think we really do that here, where we're going out of bounds two different times and basically using that 5 seconds of grace to get away with it. And it's so cool how the routing here works in order to make that.
This is technically inbounds, so I can just peek my head back in. Please don't fail. Okay, thank goodness.
Technically, the helicopter killed that man. You're not responsible. That's not blood in your hands.
All right, I need that one last knife kill. All right, now here's the problem though. The helicopter kills, for some reason, are not considered gun kills.
What?
So I have to be extra careful in this level, making sure that there are no enemies following behind me. I'm still gonna try and do the out of bounds route.
I think a helicopter should be an egg.
But if
The only thing that would count as a gun kill is a bear trap.
If I don't intentionally take out the enemies behind me, and if I move too slowly, then the helicopter's path will go over enemies and get kills, and it will fail the objective there. All right, we are closing in near the end of the run. We have about 3 levels left.
Yeah, big credit to Jim Brown and Kevin Ribeiro for finding the absolute exact devilish thing that requires you to play a level in a weird way. This level is also notable because originally the RPG was just a weapon, and Dan Pierce, lead programmer and co-designer, he had the genius idea of, what if a rocket launcher is just a bear trap? And so now it fits into your bear trap slot, and you grow a third hand and fire off that rocket launcher, and it feels expressive and good.
You'll need one arm for one of those things. They don't have any recoil. No problem.
So at the start of the level, I am intentionally lining up, big slide, a rocket to get the last satellite off in the distance and take out a few enemies. Excuse me, please don't shoot me. Thank you. All right. And now to do this again and kill no enemies during it, which is a little rough. There's a lot of them.
And they are very intent on not letting us leave this place alive. And also we're getting to the part of the game where they are actually vaguely competent.
I'm not sure if they're vaguely competent. There's just a lot of them.
There's more of them. I'd love to hear a couple donations.
Strength in numbers and all that.
I would love to give you an update that chat has decided that egg equals orb. That update comes...
Egg is an orb? Oh no.
That is courtesy of GM Big Kev with $11. I have $5 from Moist Eggs, who says, when egg is egg, then egg is orb. Egg. Thank you. This is a concerning direction that we're going in.
I'm just doing a quick check. Okay, I have gotten all the snowmen so far. Thank goodness.
Could we get another?
I'm scrolling up. The chat has been talking about eggs for the past 5 minutes. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, chat.
Listen, the thing that I got out of that was that I think bear traps are vegetables, is what we landed on.
That sounds correct.
You have time for another one?
Go ahead.
I have $15 here from Bunch of Bears, who says something that I have to agree with. Harding, if he was a delicious roast turkey, I am your feast.
Oh!
Chad, how many of those can you give me? I like that.
I think that donator should probably watch out because there are a lot of bear traps in this game.
Oh, you're right. We also have $25 from I Like Corn Dogs, who says, I'm so proud you managed to bring I Am Your Rock Climber to the big stage.
Thank you.
So I am going to restart this level. I feel like the story mode of this game does not have enough rocket launcher gameplay because you only get it in the third to last level, and then immediately the game says, all right, now let's use it to take out the helicopter. Which, all right, I guess it's a good story moment. Okay, cool.
It's just a sign of Harding's resourcefulness. Once they start appearing in the forest, he knows what to do with them.
We can and should always have more rocket launchers.
That's also true.
My personal favorite, though, is that the Claymore system, because of how we approached it, means that the optimal way to use a Claymore is to throw it like a baseball. So
We haven't even talked about the Claymores yet.
I missed.
Yeah, flying hasn't had to use them often, but you can use them to set traps, or you can just hurl them like a baseball, and they're better the second way.
All right, now we are getting into the one spoiler level in this game. It is entirely narrative. There is no snowman, I'm sorry to say.
And this is where you use. There's a word in the run planning document that you call the Yowie trick.
Yes.
What's that?
This is the Yowie trick. If you crouch in this level, it ignores the sort of slowdown effect that you're going through in order to give this sense of a narrative, tension in the level. So you can just crouch and move faster.
Flying was mashing a key with both hands for the entirety of that cutscene.
We also do a bit of rock climbing in that level to get to the cutscene trigger a little faster. Or I guess it teleports you forward, right?
It teleports you forward because I am out of bounds.
Ah.
All right. Welcome to the final level of the game. This is the titular I Am Your Beast. We have another 5 minutes left going through the 3 different objectives. But the run is almost over. Here we go. And thankfully, I don't have to worry too much about score.
There's
here.
a Claymore.
That happened right on the drop of the beat, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Who is on this track?
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, me working with me and RJ Lake did a full hip hop horror rap album for El Paso Elsewhere, and so this being our action game after this, and being exhausted having done a full album, we were like, we're not gonna do a full album, but it would be kind of fun to go back in the booth for a track, right? And apparently one of the most prominent things we use for samples, for public domain samples for El Paso Elsewhere, is a series of old instructional army videos from the 30s or the 40s. And so RJ found a beat, I wrote a lyric thing, and not only did this track result from it, but one of our favorite rappers, one of the original nerdcore rappers, Mega Ran, who did a really notable album back in the day about Final Fantasy VII. He covered our track, and we made a deal with them to get that that cover into the final game. So you'll hear Tyrant's Better Run in the main mode of I'm Your Beast, and then you'll hear the Mega Ran remix and cover in our update maps.
That's super cool.
All right, we do have a little more time for donations.
That is such good news because I have $50 here from Zoe,
Zoe!
who says, I'm so excited to watch your GDQ stage debut, Flying. You've been such a good friend to me for over a decade. We've been through so much together. It's so great that you can show off this cool game and destroy those snowmen. You got this. Also, trans rights.
Trans rights.
Right.
And I have another one here, $100 from Trench Ninja 21, who says, I love this game so much, both casually and as a speedrunner. I have spent so much time just grinding I Am Your Beast and regret none of it. I am so excited to see it ran at GDQ less than 3.
I am trying to get as many explosive kills as I can. You technically don't have to kill all of them that way, but it's more fun. All right, now I've gotten enough.
RJ just DM'd me. Apparently, the specific Army instructional video was called Private Snafu. And they star Mel Blanc and are written by Dr. fucking Seuss himself.
What?
Theodore Geisel was a writer of instructional videos for the military at the time.
Goodness gracious.
That's incredible.
All right.
And Private Snafu is about someone who is revealing information he shouldn't because he sees sexy ladies.
Of course.
We are on the last objective of the game. This won't be the end of the run just yet because according to the rules of 100%, I do have to go through the credits. Because that's a level. It counts.
Lets you also see the wonderful work that and all the people who came together to make this game possible.
Yes, very quickly.
I apologize to all of them that I will be mashing through all of the text in the credits. All right.
You'll just have to play the game to see all the names and appreciate everyone.
I am trying my best to do throwing knife kills. Thankfully, a lot of these enemies just sort of line up. So if you take out one, they drop their knife. Oh, hello. And then you can use that again. There's a knife somewhere on the ground over here. There we go. I'm taking a look at the mini-map. I need help. I'm taking a look at the mini-map in order to keep track of where dropped weapons are.
Do we have any donations?
I absolutely do. I have more people hopping on this pun train. I have $10 from he who am is myself. That's all one word and no caps.
You got it, you got it.
Harding speaking to a baker. I am your yeast.
I will be honest, I did not notice the large text that says complete in the top, and I did get enough knife kills. All right, we are on to the credits. This is going to be the end of the run in a moment. Mashing through. Thank you, everyone, for making this game. I love it a lot. Go play it yourself, and time.
Fun fact, the very last little frame in that credits thing, the first person thanked is Brienne because I met her during the development of the game and we got married right before its launch.
Aw, heck yeah.
Well, that'll do it here for I Am Your Beast. Do either of you have shoutouts?
You can watch me play this game or other games at times on Twitch at Hallow, I suppose.
You can watch me play Slay the Spire on this stage on Friday.
And other than checking out Strange Scaffold and go supporting their games, Xalavier?
Just a giant, everyone please give a giant hand to Flying, making this look easy. Holy cow.
It was such an incredible
Breaking
run.
this game in half and still making it look good at the same time. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Let's move over to the checkpoint.